Why do we yawn? The mystery of the yawn, right now. Just hearing the word. Some of you may already feel the urge. Perhaps your jaw is beginning to stretch. Your eyes feel slightly heavier. You take a slow, deep breath, without even thinking about it. Strange, isn't it? No one touched you. No one forced you. Nothing inside your body is obviously wrong. And yet, your brain has already started preparing to yawn. Even more remarkable, if someone sitting beside you yawns, there is a surprisingly good chance that you will feel the same urge only seconds later. One yawn can quietly spread through an entire room, across a classroom, a family dinner, a crowded office, even through a phone screen. How can a simple movement become contagious without a virus, without bacteria, without a single spoken word? Scientists have been asking that question for centuries. And despite decades of research, one of humanity's most familiar behaviors remains surprisingly mysterious. Think about how often you yawn. Most people yawn somewhere between 5 and 20 times each day. Some days, even more. You yawn before going to bed, soon after waking up, during long meetings, while reading, while watching television. Sometimes for no obvious reason at all. It happens so naturally that we almost never stop to ask why. Unlike breathing, you can delay a yawn for a moment. Unlike blinking, you sometimes know it's coming. A strange feeling begins building inside your jaw. Your mouth slowly opens. Your lungs fill with air. The muscles in your face stretch. Your eyes may close. Sometimes they water. Then, the yawn ends. A few seconds later, everything returns to normal. The entire event lasts only moments. Yet it has remained one of biology's greatest unanswered questions. So what exactly is a yawn? At first glance, it looks simple. Open your mouth. Take a deep breath. Stretch your jaw. Exhale. But inside your body, an extraordinary sequence unfolds. More than 20 muscles coordinate their movements. The jaw opens wide. Facial muscles contract. The diaphragm pulls downward. The lungs rapidly expand. The throat changes shape. Even tiny muscles around your ears may briefly activate. It is one of the most carefully coordinated reflexes your body performs. And it happens automatically. No conscious planning. No deliberate control. Your brain starts the entire process long before you become aware of it. Deep inside your brain, a small region called the hypothalamus helps coordinate many automatic behaviors essential for survival. Hunger, thirst, body temperature, sleep, hormone release, and, surprisingly, yawning. Scientists have discovered that several chemical messengers within the brain appear to influence yawning behavior. Dopamine, oxytocin, acetylcholine, among others. Rather than relying on a single yawn center, the brain appears to recruit multiple networks working together. Yawning is not just a movement. It is a conversation between different parts of the nervous system. One signal activates another, then another, until the familiar reflex unfolds. For many years, people believed yawning happened because the body needed more oxygen. The idea seemed logical. Deep breath in, more oxygen. Problem solved. But careful experiments told a different story. Researchers asked volunteers to breathe air containing extra oxygen. Others breathed air with different levels of carbon dioxide. If oxygen were truly responsible, changing the air should dramatically change how often people yawned. It didn't. The number of yawns remained surprisingly similar. The oxygen theory slowly lost support. The mystery only became deeper. If yawning isn't simply about oxygen, what is it for? One of today's leading ideas involves the brain itself. More specifically, its temperature. Like every machine, the brain produces heat while it works. Billions of neurons fire continuously. Electrical activity generates energy. Energy creates warmth. Several researchers have proposed that yawning may help regulate brain temperature. According to this hypothesis, the deep breath, jaw stretching, and increased blood flow associated with a yawn could contribute to cooling the brain slightly. Some studies have found evidence consistent with this idea. Others suggest the picture is more complicated. The hypothesis remains an active area of research. Scientists have not reached complete agreement. But one thing is certain: yawning is far more sophisticated than it appears. Another clue comes from when we yawn. Think about the moments yawning usually appears: shortly after waking, just before falling asleep, during a long lecture, on a quiet afternoon. These moments have something in common. They often occur during transitions between different levels of alertness. Your brain is changing states, moving from sleep toward wakefulness, or from alertness toward rest. Yawning may be part of that transition. Not because you are lazy, not because you are bored, but because your brain is reorganizing its activity, almost like restarting a computer before beginning a new task. The body prepares itself for the next stage. Then comes one of the strangest discoveries of all: contagious yawning. Imagine sitting in a waiting room. Someone across from you yawns. Within seconds, another person yawns, then another. Soon, half the room is stretching their jaws. Nothing physical has spread between them. No germs, no chemicals, only observation. Somehow, seeing another person yawn changes activity inside your own brain. Researchers believe contagious yawning may involve brain networks related to social awareness and empathy. When we observe another person's actions, certain regions of our brain may partially simulate what we see. This does not mean the brain is copying everything automatically, but it may help explain why yawning can spread so easily among people who are paying attention to one another. Interestingly, very young children are generally less likely to experience contagious yawning than older children and adults. The behavior appears to develop gradually as the brain matures. Exactly why remains an area of ongoing research. Even more astonishing, you don't always need to see someone yawn. Sometimes, hearing a yawn, reading about yawning, or simply imagining one is enough. Perhaps you've already yawned while listening to this story. If so, you've experienced one of neuroscience's most curious phenomena. Your brain reacted not to a real yawn, but to the idea of one. Thought alone changed biology. How many other reflexes work that way? Very few. Throughout history, people created countless explanations. Some believed yawning meant the soul briefly left the body. Others believed evil spirits entered through an open mouth. In some cultures, people covered their mouths to keep spirits away. Today, science offers more grounded explanations. Yet even now, many questions remain unanswered. No single theory explains every yawn. No single experiment has solved the mystery completely. The more scientists study yawning, the more fascinating it becomes. Perhaps the greatest surprise is this: yawning appears across many species. Dogs yawn, cats yawn, chimpanzees yawn, birds yawn. Even reptiles such as crocodiles have been observed performing yawn-like behaviors. If so many different animals share this behavior, it must be ancient, very ancient. A reflex that survived millions of years of evolution rarely survives by accident. Nature usually keeps only what serves a purpose. The challenge is discovering exactly what that purpose is. So the mystery grows deeper. Yawning isn't simply about oxygen. It isn't simply about boredom. It isn't simply about being tired. It involves the brain, the nervous system, attention, awareness, perhaps even social connection. Yet the most astonishing discoveries are still ahead. Because the next question is even stranger. Why do unborn babies yawn before they are ever born? Why do lions, wolves, and even household pets yawn? And why can one simple reflex spread silently through an entire crowd, without anyone speaking a single word? The answer reveals that yawning may not be a meaningless habit at all. It may be one of the oldest biological conversations your brain has ever learned to have. The hidden purpose of yawning. One simple yawn. A movement lasting only a few seconds, yet it has traveled through millions of years of evolution. Long before humans built cities, long before language, long before civilization, animals were already yawning. That alone tells us something extraordinary. Nature rarely preserves a behavior for millions of years without a reason. The mystery is discovering what that reason might be. Walk into almost any home, and you may see a familiar scene. A dog stretches after waking up. Its front legs extend, its back arches. Then, its mouth opens wide, a long, unmistakable yawn. Cats do the same. Lions resting under the African sun have been observed yawning before becoming active. Chimpanzees yawn. Wolves yawn. Birds display yawn-like behaviors. Even reptiles, such as crocodiles, have been documented opening their jaws in movements that closely resemble yawning. These animals live in completely different environments. They eat different foods. They sleep differently. Their brains are built differently. Yet somehow, they all share this ancient reflex. Why? One possibility is that yawning helps the brain transition between behavioral states, from rest to alertness, from relaxation to activity. Researchers have observed that yawning often appears just before important changes in behavior: an animal preparing to hunt, a bird preparing to fly, a human preparing to wake. The timing may not be accidental. The brain may be preparing itself for what comes next. Perhaps even more astonishing, humans begin yawning before they are born. Ultrasound studies have observed yawning-like movements in developing fetuses during pregnancy, months before a baby takes its first breath, before seeing light, before hearing language. The familiar reflex is already present. Scientists continue studying exactly why fetal yawning occurs. It may play a role in the normal development of the nervous system and facial muscles, or it may reflect broader developmental processes. The evidence is still evolving, but one conclusion is difficult to ignore. Yawning appears very early in human development, long before boredom exists, long before social situations, long before school, long before work. This suggests yawning serves a biological purpose much older than modern life. Have you ever noticed that you often yawn before going to sleep and shortly after waking up? This pattern appears around the world, across cultures, across ages, across lifestyles. It hints that yawning may be connected to transitions between different levels of consciousness. The brain is constantly shifting. Deep sleep, light sleep, full alertness, focused attention, relaxation. Rather than remaining in one state all day, the brain is always adjusting. Yawning may be one small part of that remarkable transition. Like a conductor raising a baton before the orchestra begins playing. Then comes one of the strangest questions of all. Why is yawning contagious? Imagine sitting in a classroom. One student yawns. Within moments, another follows. Then another. Soon, half the room has yawned. Nothing physical passed between them. No bacteria. No virus. Only observation. Researchers believe this phenomenon may be related to the brain's ability to recognize and internally simulate the actions of others. Some studies have also suggested that contagious yawning is linked with social connection and empathy, although the evidence is mixed and scientists continue to investigate exactly how these relationships work. Interestingly, people are often more likely to catch a yawn from someone they know well than from a complete stranger. Not every study reaches the same conclusion, but the pattern continues to intrigue researchers. The brain may be responding not only to movement, but to relationships. Yawning also changes as we grow older. Very young infants can yawn, but contagious yawning is uncommon in the youngest children. As the brain develops, social awareness becomes more sophisticated. The ability to interpret other people's expressions grows stronger. Some scientists believe this developmental change may explain why contagious yawning becomes more common later in childhood. Again, many questions remain unanswered, but every new discovery reminds us that even the simplest human behaviors can involve extraordinary neural complexity. Of course, not every yawn is mysterious. Sometimes, your body is simply telling you that you need more sleep. Sleep deprivation is one of the most common reasons people yawn more frequently. When the brain becomes tired, alertness changes, attention decreases. Yawning often appears alongside these changes. Boredom can have a similar effect. Not because boredom directly causes yawning, but because low levels of mental stimulation are often associated with changes in alertness. Your brain is constantly adjusting to its environment. Yawning may simply accompany those adjustments. There are also situations where unusually frequent yawning may be associated with certain medical conditions or medication side effects. A healthcare professional can help evaluate persistent or unexplained changes, especially when they occur alongside other symptoms. Most yawning, however, is completely normal. It is simply another part of being human. Modern neuroscience has opened entirely new ways of studying yawning. Functional MRI scanners allow researchers to observe changes in brain activity while people perform different tasks. High-speed cameras capture the smallest facial movements. Artificial intelligence analyzes thousands of video recordings, searching for patterns too subtle for the human eye. Scientists continue asking fascinating questions. Why do some people catch yawns more easily than others? Why do some animals display contagious yawning while others do not? Does yawning truly help regulate aspects of brain function? Or does it serve several different purposes at once? The more we learn, the more we realize how much remains unknown. Perhaps that is the greatest lesson of yawning, something we experience almost every day, something lasting only a few seconds, still challenges modern science. It reminds us that the human body is filled with mysteries hiding in plain sight. We often search for extraordinary discoveries in distant galaxies or deep beneath the ocean. Yet some of the greatest biological puzzles occur right in front of us. A heartbeat, a blink, a dream, a yawn. The ordinary is often far more extraordinary than it appears. Think back to the beginning of this story. Perhaps you yawned while listening. Maybe more than once. Nothing was wrong. No emergency existed. Yet your brain quietly decided that the familiar reflex should happen. Without asking permission. Without conscious thought. Just another silent conversation taking place beneath awareness. Perhaps yawning was never meant to be a sign of boredom. Perhaps it is one of the oldest conversations your brain has with itself. A conversation about alertness, about transition, about preparation, perhaps even about connection with those around you. And although scientists have uncovered many pieces of the puzzle, the complete picture remains unfinished. The mystery continues. Every time you yawn, you participate in a reflex shared by newborn babies, household pets, wild animals, and generations of humans stretching back millions of years. A reflex older than civilization, older than language, older than history itself. The next time someone beside you opens their mouth in a long, slow yawn, pay attention. Because within seconds, your own brain may quietly decide to join the